Hey, this is Eddie Levert, and I'm here with the sparkling Yaya Diamond, and we're having a ball. And I've got a record called "I Want to Love on You." And Yaya, you're a diamond in the rough, but I want to love on you too.
Excuse me, I couldn't hold it. Thank you. Tell my cat I said hello, please.
I will do. Will do. Will
All
do.
right. Thank
Bye
you.
bye. Take
I'll talk
care.
to you later.
Bye bye, babe.
Bye. I love doing this. Absolutely love doing this. This is just a joy to do this. It's a joy to do this for a living. My name is Yaya Diamond, and I am the CEO, host, and owner of Dream Chasers Radio, which you're watching today and listening to on certain channels. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Listen, so there are certain people in life that you just never forget. They have this charisma, they have this thing, they have this aura, they have this special personality that when they come back into your lives, it's like, oh my gosh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. So I'm just letting you know that this is a no, you didn't moment, because this gentleman, I literally owe a lot to. And I don't think he knows that. I mean, like, he saved me. And I'm not talking about like, oh, he saved me from like, no, you and I, you know, we know, we know Jaycool, we know. But a lot of people don't know that Jaycool is my friend from like back when I was in high school days. And he has done so much. How I can't even finish my sentences. I'm so proud of him. Just so proud of him. Just so proud of him. And I'm so happy that he's back in my life, because he is a constant person that if he says he's going to do something, he does it. He doesn't talk about it much. He just does it. And that's the kind of people I like to hang around. And Jay, I'm so happy that you are back in my life again. I am not letting you go for nothing, brother.
I go nowhere. Oh my God. Oh, Yaya Diamond, is that you? Listen, when
Hey,
I saw that intro, I was like, Yaya, how'd you turn into Gerald Levert? Or was that Gerald Levert?
that was Eddie Levert, Gerald
Eddie
Levert's
Levert. I
father.
said,
Yeah.
how'd you turn like that? I'm like, goodness sake, this AI stuff is really
No,
something.
it's not AI. I absolutely love. I love Eddie. Eddie is
I
a
see
great
that.
person. Him and
Mhm.
his wife have been a little bit of a constant in my life for the past 2.5 years. Really nice people, and
Yes.
so really good. He comes on the show, and he always comes on, tells me what he's got next, and I said, well, then we're gonna have to just go ahead and interview you, and so
Yeah.
that's how that works.
Well,
So,
I just
so
want to say
Jay,
thank you for the beautiful introduction and thank you for the wonderful words. I didn't even know it went that deep because I know I love you, but Jesus Christ, I never knew you felt that way. You never told me that all these years,
I
but
don't have to tell
I'm so
you.
inspired now.
Yes, darling. Yes.
Thank you. Because I was
Jay.
like, you didn't say my name first, as if she was like, oh, he came into my life and he saved me. I was like, did Jesus come down?
See, now you know that's the reason I love you so much, because we are so much alike. It is just we are crazy people, and
Hey, we
it's
got a sense of humor, right?
yes, definitely have a sense of humor.
We have
So,
to.
there's just been so many things. Like you did the Burger King commercial with my husband, and it was like I thought you guys were absolutely like crazy. I absolutely loved that commercial. No,
Barcelo.
Barcelona. That's right, Barcelona. Oh, not Burger King.
Please don't say
Barcelona.
Burger King because I don't eat that stuff.
Well, okay, it was a commercial. It was commercial. Barcelona. I remember Barcelona. Oh my gosh. I got the bees mixed up.
It's all right. We ain't doing
You
burgers
have
though.
a copy of that, by the way? Never mind.
Yes, yes.
You
I'll
do?
send it to you. I still got it.
You do send it to me because I'm gonna play it. I'm
Of
gonna
course.
play it. We're gonna play it right now.
Oh no, but it's hidden in. I mean, you know how many years ago that was? I gotta find it, but I know I came across it.
Well, you're gonna
But
have to
I'm gonna
we're gonna
send
have
it
to
to
play
you.
it. During this interview, we gotta play it.
Ooh, I gotta find it. I
Now
gotta
you
get
gotta
my
find it.
external hard drive and damn. Why didn't you tell me earlier?
I didn't know. I forgot.
I didn't know either.
Okay, well, never mind. We'll play it. We'll try and get it. If we get it, we'll definitely put it here. If we don't put it here, we'll put it in later. All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
But definitely, Jay. I mean, you have done so much and have gone through so much. And your journey as a musician, as an independent artist, there have just been ups and downs and trials and tribulations. And I want to start from the beginning. When did you know? And I mean, just I kind of know this already. This is one of most people that kind of know Jay. But when did you know, Jay, that this was it? This was what you want to do?
I knew that's what I wanted to do. I like when you first met me, I actually at that time, I was always an artist, you know what I mean? And I wanted to be, I was a graphic artist. I painted and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And what I wanted to do is be a fashion designer. I always loved to design women's clothing after seeing my mom, because she was the type that always liked to dress up and things like that. And I was just like very amused by that. So I would always look at that and then I would start drawing and emulating that. And I used to use like the Kleenex tissues, the Kleenex tissues, it turns white, then it turns pink, and then it turns green and whatever. So I used to put that on the actual drawing, and then I would put like watercolor, and then I would take leaves from the trees and make dresses, you know what I mean? And it would just be so nice, you know what I mean? But then after that, when the abuse got worse, you know what I mean? Of course, I came from an abused household. Then I went to music. All right. I went to music, but I started dancing more, but then I started going into singing. And then from the singing, that's when I started getting involved with bands. You know what I mean? I started paying my dues where a lot of people are not doing. And, but if they are doing it, doing these corporate bands, you know how that is.
Mm-hmm.
Some people stay in there, you know what I mean? And even though in my head, I didn't want to stay in that type of environment because I use that as a platform to teach me how to interact with people, to dance and, and it allowed me. And good thing about it is that I was able to do that because I noticed that a lot of these bands, when you get into, a lot of these, let's face it, they back then the band leaders were always the white, I don't know if I can say in the show, but let's just say the white Jewish that was running the show. You know what I'm saying? And they always needed a token black. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that if you're on that stage, you have to do basically what everybody's kind of doing. And me, I was the type that I like to dance a lot. I like to move and things like that, but they didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't liked very much. So I basically got forced to go out. They threw me off on the stage and said, we'll just stay here. You go there because you're making us look bad because, we just want to do this, that. And me, I was just like doing this and that. And I was like, you know what I mean? They didn't like that. They're like, what do you think she's doing? You're like, you know what? Look, those people, they like you. Go out in there on stage. Go out there on the dance floor. That's what I used to do, which I thought it was great that I did it because it got my foot wet and it started making me feel more confident that I can be able to give so much to the people and they can give me so much back and they receive it so well. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I started doing that, but I think that the thing that what people should realize, especially artists that are doing that and they want to excel doing their own stuff, is that they should take every different type of music they do. Because, in that type of realm, we do different types of music, different styles, right? Mm-hmm. It's always good because when you do that, when you start doing your original stuff, you get ideas in your head of like sounds, different sounds. You can actually merge together. You can make a great creation with that. So that's what I liked about it. But I did a lot of Latin. Mm-hmm. So they always used me to do the Latin stuff, even though, yes, I'm Black and they wanted me to do the Motown, but I didn't want to do no damn Motown. I was like, Motown, but, I did some, but, because they had another Black guy singing, so he did the Motown and I did the Latin. I was happy with that because that's where I wanted to go in the future.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I started singing. Then I started writing my own songs. And even though I don't play instruments, but I guess I would do similar to what Mariah Carey did. I found out that when she created music, she would sing the song and then the engineers would play it, as she would sing it. And that's basically what I did. And that's how I created my songs. Mm. And then my song, I decided to push it out when I had a friend of mine who was out there and she was performing. But the thing is, she was so afraid of the fame or just basically that being successful, and that she had a lot of fear, and it taught me of what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I said, when I get myself out there, if I get an opportunity, I'm not going to mess it up because she messed it up, but I'm not going to. So once I did, I put that song out. The first song was La Chica Que Quema, and it went to number 2. And there was a chart because at that time, to be able to be on Billboard, you had to pay also a promoter. There's a promoter for Billboard, which is radio. And then there's a promoters for the clubs, and that was the DJ Times. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It's a national charting for the clubs.
Right.
So that means that I had to hire a promoter for that. And of course you have to pay the promoter, but I paid him, and I was a little skeptical to pay him at first. You know what I mean? But he did do the 50% upfront, 50% balance. So it was cool. And he said he couldn't guarantee me number one, but guess what? He got me to number one. And the song went to number one, and it was number one for about 3 months on the charts, which was great. And so I was so happy with that. But then that's when he was like, you know what? You know, you got to be doing your singing, your dancing and things like that. You're not going to have time to be promoting. I've got a team for you, blah, blah, blah. And now that I've proven to you that I've done this, you know, just give me about $10,000. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah, $10,000, and we'll get you a publicist and all that. I gave him the money, and guess what? They didn't do what they were supposed to do. They stole my money, and I kid you not, I was depressed for a very long time, and I just thought, you know, is this what's meant to be? Because, you know, of course, I'm a true believer in God, and my God, is this what you wanted? So, hey, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I am doing this not for fame. I'm doing this because, yes, I would like to be successful, and I would like to earn a good living, but at the same time, I would like to share my stuff. You know, and with my videos, I design the costumes, I design the set, and there's Senorita right there that you're viewing right there on the screen. I hired the models, the dancers, and I designed the whole set. And as you can see, there's my nomination from the Hollywood Independent Music Awards, because then I decided to re-promote it, and that's Latinos Unidos, which is a digital record pool, which the song went up to number 13. It went from it was a top 50. Latin dance charts, and it went from I think number 50, and the highest it got was number 13. And I decided to re-promote it this year. And when I did it, I started in January. From January till July, so I don't know, it's like 7 months. It was on the charts. July, August, July. So 7 months. It was on the charts, and it was charting, and it was doing well. You know what I mean? This year, by the way. You know what I mean? So I re-promoted because I didn't give up. And in 2023, that song got nominated. And now I have a new song which just got nominated this year.
Wow. You said, you spoke on something that is so prevalent among artists and, even DJs and people in the music industry themselves that don't really deal with a lot of outside entities. So we're talking mostly artists and DJs, people who actually do the music and go out and travel. And that's their livelihood, is the music, writing, producing, and all that stuff. You're usually with another team, or you're working with a lot of different people. But when you're the artist, you are by yourself usually, or with the band, but you're still kind of isolated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Depression is big. I found that so big among artists, so big among singers, rappers, people who actually are the front and lead, even in a band, because a lot of times we have different people behind us because we hire these people sometimes. Sometimes it's not even the people that you are used to going with. You know what I mean? What was that like for you? And how do you, because look, I'm sorry, it hits every now and again. The depression hits every now and again. How do you maintain yourself when you go through your bout? Because everybody goes back in it. I mean, you can come out and all of a sudden you back in it again. I don't know how, but it happens.
Well, the thing is having a strong faith in God, first of all. And second of all, surrounding yourself around people who you know are genuine, because as being artists, and there are a lot of people who, not even only artists, but people who just walk around in life, they see things happening. It's just like I even hear things. Whitney Houston, I was a huge fan. And I want to know how her life went downhill, spiraled down the way it did. Now, I'm not going to say it wasn't her fault, because I do believe some of it was her own doing. But I don't think she had the guidance that she needed. But the thing is that there were a lot of people around her who were taking advantage of her as well. And she had to be something who she's not. And the thing is, a lot of people were saying, oh, well, she had the fame and things like that, so, how could she go through whatever? But what everybody doesn't understand, or most people don't understand, is that, and I was keeping my eyes open to really see why, because I didn't want to go through that, because a lot of artists, they end up killing themselves and drugs and things like that. They end up alone. So what I realized is that she didn't have a lot of people who were genuine around her. And the thing is that she was, and I don't know if you know about her, who she really was, but I'm not going to say it. But I believe she was this person in regards to her sexuality, but she couldn't really put it out there because she came from the church. And you know how the church is about that stuff. She couldn't be herself. So because of that, she had to be what this thing she wasn't. That's why you saw she had a lot of anger in her. If you notice, she was very snappy. She was always fighting. And a lot of people was like, it was a contradiction because she's a woman of God, but yet she's always angry. You know what I mean? She wasn't very happy. So the thing is that when I went through my depression, I wanted to basically surround myself around people who I know were genuine. And it's not a lot, you know what I mean? But the people who I do have, I make sure I cherish them. But I always make sure that I can speak whatever I want. That last thing I want is to be able to shut my mouth and not say what I'm feeling. And the fear, I don't want to have the fear to be around somebody who I can be afraid of not to talk, because then it's like I feel like I'm alone, and that's what I don't want to be. I want to, this is me. This is how I feel. If you can't get it, then you just can't get me. And then I move on. And then, I pray to God that God finds me somebody in my life who will understand me as a person. You know what I mean? But, I want to do right. And to answer your question, how I got through my depression is basically prayer and always trying to look for things to inspire me, whether it's music, going to the gym helped me a lot. And just listening to my music. I believe music really helped me through my depression. I mean, it's not like it's not there sometimes, but I learned to manage it, but I had to face it, face what was the problem. That's another thing. I didn't lock it in. That's another thing. You lock that sucker in, it's over. You know what I mean? I let it out. You know what I mean? And I have to realize what was causing it. What was the trauma? Very important. A lot of people don't realize it. Realize the trauma. Find out what the trauma was. Talk about it. Find someone to talk about it. Because, I try to talk to myself, but that ain't working. You better talk to somebody. But anyways, talk to somebody, but who will listen?
Yeah.
Because I talk a lot. And they don't want to listen. See ya. You know what I'm saying? So, talk about it, you know what I mean? And that's the process of healing, to go through that, to have an understanding. Do it because you want to have an understanding of it. Don't fear it. And that's a lot of problem. People don't want to deal with it. They self-medicate themselves because they don't want to go through it, or they don't know how. That's another important thing. They don't know how to deal with it. And they don't have people around them who know how to deal with that to help them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Silent. Okay. You know what I mean? They don't have people to teach them or to help them to confront it. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. So I learned on my own to learn to confront. You know what I mean? And the thing is, yes, you confront. That's the first step. But then after that, you have to keep working on it and finding out why it made you feel this way, why it happened to you. You know what I mean? Am I a bad person because it happened? What did I do wrong? What could I have done better? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know how you feel. What about trust? Trust is an issue after someone has let you down. You lost the money. How did you get your trust back? I mean, do you still get people? You still hire people? Or have you completely lost your trust? I mean, tell me, what is that? And where is it right now for you?
Well, I got a good answer for you. First of all, even people who I work with for a while, I don't fully trust them. And I'm going to tell you why. A great example. I've been working with this videographer. I gave him 3 jobs. So it was like, 2 years, and everything was fine. But then suddenly he did something to me, knowing that I'm paying for these dancers' time. And on top of that, that when I pay for his time and do the contract of the of renting the studio, because the studio, we did it 8 hours. So he specifically told me before we did it, just so you know, I can't give you an extra hour like I did last time. I said, no problem. Just tell me what you need, because he's like, I got to go out of town. I said, okay, so we'll go from 2 to 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. I said, okay, fine. So he turned around, bamboozled me, and he decided to leave early. He said, I got to leave by 9. I said, no, that's not the contract. You do it from 2 to 9 p.m. and that's it. You know what I mean? You say, no, I thought you figured it out. I said, no, it's not figured out anything. Why are you doing this to me? I need to get the last 30 minutes that I can. It's still my time. Let me do that,
Right.
because the dancers aren't doing what they're supposed to do, and I'm paying for their time. You know what I mean? Let me get into what I can get so I can get the good shot that I need. Oh no, I told you, brother, I gotta go. You know what I mean? So that's another thing of why I don't trust. You know what I mean? Contracts, yes. But at the same time, I give the person the opportunity to do what they're supposed to do, but I don't trust fully. Meaning, like, if they asked me, oh, give me everything up front, because we've been working for so long. No. You know what I mean? Business is business. If we're talking about business, all right? Now, if we're talking about personal, that's another thing. Trust is earned. You know what I mean? And I believe, for me, I don't know if you could put a time step on it, but I guess I put a time step on it. I would say it would take me probably 5 years to really trust somebody, to really get to know somebody, to know how they are, you know what I mean? Who they are, you know what I mean? And look, not everybody's perfect, but the most important thing, people will make mistakes, but the most important thing is the intention.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love your videos. I think that you have an amazing presence that I've always loved. So you
say that to all the artists.
you know what? No. No. No.
You heard that already? Eddie, she
No.
liked me more than you.
I've known you so long. Gosh, we were teenagers. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I mean,
Just remember, I was younger than you, all right?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
Shut up.
You're my big sister.
Be quiet.
Oh.
Be quiet. Shh. No, so it's, my gosh.
I saw your video with your mom, and your mom, it was so funny. I was laughing. Your mom was like, you were like, Mom, don't tell him my age. Like, oh, I can't say that.
Yeah, no. Shh. Shh.
No.
Yeah, just don't. She's like, well, then I can't say nothing then.
I know, I remember. I was laughing. I was looking at it.
Oh yeah. And it's such a wonderful video of just, all the little things that I wanted to ask her on camera. And it took a long time for me to get her to even do the video. And my mother, she won't talk about things. So to get that video done before she passed was an amazing feat. It took me 2 years to convince her to do that thing. So, but we finally got on the back porch, and it was great. It was great. So, all right. So you got that. You got that. You still don't trust. So you're always keeping your guard up. What kind of advice do you give to people when they're independent artists, and do you tell them to keep their guard up?
So are we talking about artists, or are we talking about just people in general?
Anybody, artists, anybody. Because you could have a business, and this can happen to you in a business. Any business, right?
To me, I feel like it's so different, because with artists, we are so passionate, and we're very, especially true artists. We're very sensitive. You know what I'm saying? And people that are in business, so to speak, some people get into business and they can be ruthless. You know what I mean? So they have no feelings. You know what I'm saying? But if it's for artists, what was the question? I want to make sure I answer it correctly.
Keeping your guard up. Keeping your guard up. Oh my gosh, Jay.
Keeping your guard up, yes.
You're getting old, Jay. You're getting old.
Oh, watch out. Don't you dare. Remember.
Shh.
So in other words, the question is, what would I say to artists and people in general about keeping their guard up?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I would say is that, again, trust is earned. If it's an artist and you're dealing with people who you're paying, always have a contract. But at the same time, always keep your guard up, because at the same time, if something happens to them, or if they do something, or they do something with your money, again, it's your money that's lost that you worked really hard for. And most of the artists that I see, they don't come from being rich. You know what I mean? We have to work all these odd jobs for our dreams. You know what I'm saying? And some of us even have to get loans and stuff like that. And then we have to pay that back when we don't even make that type of money to be able to pay it back. You know what I mean? And then it throws us back from doing what we're supposed to do. So what I would say is that, yes, always give a deposit. You know what I mean? But I would never say give half. You know what I mean? Depending what you're doing, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a video, I would say maybe like a 20% deposit. Then when you show up, you give that deposit. And if they're going to edit, then you give the balance after the edit is done. You got to be able to, you got to work with them, and you got to see how they work with other people. And on top of that, before you work with them, you make sure you Google them and you search them, because now we have those type of tools now, what we didn't have back then.
Yeah.
And in regards to people, putting their guard up, I would say in this world right now that we're living in, yeah, especially if you're the type of person who really values your space.
Mm-hmm.
If you really value your space and you want best performance, if you're really a person who guards your space, then I would say guard that space.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And yes, keep your guard up. Of course, give a little bit of yourself, but give it a little bit at the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
But just relax and let the universe flow. But if you have that good intuition, you'll be able to see the signs. If you have the good intuition, just make sure you ask God or ask the universe, give you good intuition that when you're with somebody, you watch them, because you want to watch their characteristics, what they do, how they react to other people.
Exactly.
How they treat other people.
Mm-hmm.
Very important. Okay.
Yeah, very important. Yeah, I agree with you. We don't have that much time, Jay, and unfortunately, we don't have that much time. But
can we talk about the fantasía sin final?
Yes, we're going to talk about that. We need to go into that. We need to definitely go into.
Sure, we haven't
talked about that yet, and I am so very proud of you. Tell me about this. Darling.
Yes, about
your nomination.
Oh yes, nomination for Fantasia sin final. You know what? You were showing the Senorita video. I'm surprised you didn't show the Fantasia video.
I'm getting ready to. Okay. You just messing the whole thing all up.
No, I don't mean to. I swear.
Just really?
So my darling, my beautiful darling. So Fantasia sin final. So remember I told you that I wanted to be a fashion designer when I was young?
Yes.
So guess what? I thought that I lost it for a long time. Mm-hmm. And my sister told me that I would get it back. And I didn't believe that I was going to get back. And there's Fantasia sin final right there. Yes.
Yeah.
And so what happened is that I ended up designing the costumes, and what you see the women are wearing right now, I designed that. The drapes, I had the idea of putting the red drapes, and I designed that set right there too. You know what I mean? With red and black. And basically it's a love story, and it's a love story talking about a man to the woman and saying how he wrote this story, or he wrote this letter just to say how much that she meant to him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so basically the fantasia is basically the woman that you're going to see. And that's Ladies, the model. You'll see her come through. That's her right there. She's the fantasia. And I told her, let's do something with the fabric. You know what I mean? Because that's the fabric that I use to design the costumes. I said, let's do that. But the thing is that the fabric was going to be so long that I decided that this is why I'm going to call the song Fantasia sin final, because she's the fantasy. And then because the fabric flows and we use like the big fan, that it's infinite, so endless. So it's like an endless fantasy using the costumes. And as you can see, I did the hair, I did the makeup. And also towards the middle of the video, you will see that that choreography is the choreography that I created, and I did the whole thing. And I even designed this hat that I'm wearing. I know
you designed the hat.
You know what I mean? This Jaycool thing here, your tie, and so yes. And I designed what I'm wearing on the video as well. So that I designed as well. So as you can see, so
you've always been that way. Since you were young, you've always been that way. Since I've known you, you were like, look, I did this, I did that. And I was like, oh, go Jay, hey.
I had to go to you because my mom wouldn't give me no attention.
My mom loved materials and sewing. And so I don't know. I would say that I'm not sure if you ever got anything from her, but she absolutely loved it.
Well, what I got from your mom was inspiration, because I don't think you saw, there were some times when I used to talk to her and she would sing me a song when I was talking to her outside. Yeah, I remember Miss Evelyn. She was amazing. You know, I call her Auntie Ev.
It's beautiful. She said she did everything she wanted to do in life.
That's the most important thing.
She said she was done. She said that was it. That's all she wanted to do. And she says, "Don't feel sorry for me, girl. I did everything I wanted to do." You know my mom. So I'm glad. I'm very happy. I'm very happy for you. So what's next? You got the charge, you got the nomination, you got the clothing line back. You even have a vegan thing going on, cooking, right? Am I right?
Yes,
Am I
yes,
right?
yes,
What's going
yes,
on with
yes.
that?
And I wanted to talk about that just so you know, you are the one who introduced me to that years ago, even though I refused to do it, but you're the first person who ever taught me about that. And then I ended up meeting a natural health doctor when I think that was in 2012. And then that's when I decided to go that route because my meniscus kept wearing away. Yeah, that's me preparing the foods. Yes. And this is my slogan: you're sexy vegan chef by day, singer / star entertainer by night. So I try to promote that too because it's something that I do that helps me with my dancing. And so the reason why my meniscus grew back is because I started eating more plant-based. You know what I mean? I don't get sick as I used to anymore. My muscles are stronger. I can sustain my dancing because I've been eating plant-based because the body's actually absorbing the nutrients. And I try to do more raw. You know what I mean? Because when it's raw and it's not cooked with high heat, you don't kill the nutrients. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I learned that too. Of course, there was times when I eat hot foods, but majority I try to eat my raw plant-based food so I can get a lot of the nutrients, you know what I mean? Because it's going to keep us young, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it basically feeds the cells to rejuvenate the cells and our tissues. And the skin is the biggest organ in the body. So whatever you see happening here is whatever's happening in there. So it means everything's working great, then everything you'll see it in your skin because that's what it does.
I absolutely love that because, I got sick and I had to kind of, deter a little bit, but now I'm back. I'm not sick anymore. I got what I needed. I got surgery and all that stuff to get everything corrected. Mm-hmm. And now I'm like, So I've been literally just like giving all the stuff that I don't want to eat to the dogs.
Okay, so you're trying to kill the dogs?
I am not trying to kill them. Shut up, Jay. Just shut up. Just shut up, Jay. I'm coming to get you.
Dogs, don't eat it. Right? She won't eat it. Stop. You better not eat it. Now,
look,
she'll eat
I'm
it.
older than you. I'm older than you. Better stop.
Right.
You better stop.
Love you.
I'm gonna get you. You know I'm gonna come and get you.
I love my Yaya.
No, so seriously, I know. I mean, it's just a pleasure to have you on the show, and I'm so proud of you. And I know my mom. If she could be like right here with me, she would be like, "Oh my gosh, that's Jay!"
So and just so you know, I got a new nomination 2 weeks ago.
You did
for the World Entertainment Awards. That's going to happen in January of next year. So I'm going to Beverly Hills for that.
I'm so proud of you, Jay.
So hopefully I win.
Come on. Now you got to design my clothes, Jay. And I don't show booty. It's got too much of it.
Oh, darn.
And I don't show too much of this because
oh, darn.
I don't wear bras, Jay. I had a cyst.
Okay, that's nice.
Stop it. I had a cyst that was just constant.
Who assisted you?
Huh?
You said you had an assist. Who assisted you?
I had a cyst.
Oh.
On the under part where the wire was, and I stopped wearing bras and it went away.
So you tell me you wired in there?
I took all of that out. It didn't even matter if I had wire. It was just an irritation and that can turn into cancer. That can be really bad. And I was like, you know what? I'm just stopping to wear bras. I just don't wear bras no more. So I wear like sports bras that are very comfortable, that kind of come all the way down. Like, you can pull them down. They don't go underneath the breast anymore.
I want you to do what the girls are doing now. Just put them pasties.
Girl, that's it. Look, that is no bra.
Kim, Yaya, where'd you go?
There's no bra. Look, yay!
Yaya, where'd you go? I mean, that was so big I couldn't see where your face went. Jesus Christ! Damn,
listen to me. I'm not shy because I was just talking. You
know how many people will kill for that? Natural. Damn.
It's not. You know what? It's so funny because when I stopped wearing bras, they perked up. I was like, okay, hey. So nobody knows. Nobody, but it was like, it's health. We're talking about food. We're talking about meniscus. We're talking about different things in health. And there's certain clothing you should not be wearing as a man and as a woman so that you can continue to get that health, and I figured that bras just can't be good for you.
And
It
think about all
can't.
the chemicals that they're putting in onto the dyes, how it absorbs in the
Probably.
skin.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I get all natural clothes, cotton, you know what I mean?
Cotton.
And so these really go down like right above the waist area. They
Yes.
pull all the way down so that they're not compressing right under the breast area, because
Right.
that's a very sensitive part. And I
Mhm.
got sick. I had that cyst, and that thing was not going away until I stopped wearing the bra. And it didn't
Wow.
matter whether it was a wire or it was no wire or it was, whatever the case to be. Anything underneath is really going to cause an irritation because it's always there and it's always doing this as you
Mhm.
move. And I'm telling you, I took that off. I was like, I'm done. And the moment I did that, I went and I got checked, and they were like, "Oh, it's gone." I was like, "Oh, great." Ultrasound
Wow.
just it completely gone.
Who told you about that? Who gave you the idea to?
I prayed.
Okay.
I just prayed. I said, "You know what? It's right on the line of where the bra is. Maybe it's actually the irritation from the bra."
When you prayed, did you receive the message through someone or through something?
It just was in my head.
It was in your head. Got
Yeah, it was just in my head. Like, listen, let me try this. Let me just, because I'm kind of like that person that says, okay, there's an agitation. Am I putting something there consistently that might be the problem?
it. Right.
And so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stop wearing bras. So, and when I did, I stopped wearing bras. I got more perkier. Like, they weren't as flabby as they were before because I'm using my muscles now to actually keep them up. And I was like, okay, we can do this. Nobody knows,
Well,
except now they do. But before, I mean, but I don't really care.
no, but
It's,
they're up. I mean,
yeah,
they
they're
are.
up. They're
Up.
up. They're like, hello. But that's okay. That's okay because literally speaking, I'm healthier. And I just had a client on earlier that was talking about breast cancer.
Mm,
And I told her about that. And she said, that's a good thing. She said, because, you don't realize that cysts can turn into a problem. And she said, and you kind of got rid of that problem before it became an issue. And
right.
so it's healthier for you. So, just like you say, keep your eye out, don't trust anyone. Keep those guards up. The same thing with your health. Your meniscus grew back. Things like that. You got to take care of yourself as an artist. What kind of like if you were to talk to someone and you were giving them a pointer, what would that pointer be
In regards to,
in regards to being an artist, to being who you are today? Like,
okay,
what was the most learned journey that you could actually pull from to tell someone?
to believe in yourself, because if you don't, no one else will. To Now, you're not going to be stupid either. I mean,
Mm-hmm,
what you're going to do is that you're going to believe in what you do, but you're going to test it out.
mm-hmm,
You're going to start having people listen to it, even people, and not just, and even more so, not people who are your friends. Make people listen to it who are not your friends to get their ideas. You know what I mean? Or just put it out there and see. You know what I mean? If enough people are saying that they like it, even strangers, you know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
And you see them jamming to it, then that should be your confirmation
Mm-hmm.
not to believe in it more, because now of course you're going to believe in your work. Now, if you're going to put money on it, you want to test it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And once
yeah,
you see everybody's jamming to it, and of course, artists who are like us who would do gigs, put it in your gigs, see how the crowd responds to it.
mm-hmm.
If the crowd, and that's a great thing, because in other words, sometimes if we're going to go see a DJ, unless we're their friends, their best friends, they won't play our music or something like that, right?
Right.
We have to pay them. But I think the best thing is that if you're doing a gig, you know what I mean, slip it in, you know what I mean, do the song and see, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
If you see enough people like it on every gig you do, then now it's a confirmation to believe in it and to believe in yourself. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
very important, make sure you surround yourself on people who are genuine, because what's going to happen is that there's going to be people, and it's tough, because there's going to be people who are around you that are acting like they like you, and and even if they were your friends, now they can start getting
yeah,
envious. You know what I mean? Especially if your eyes weren't open, that you knew this person for maybe 10 years, but you weren't open that this person is an envious person. I mean, there goes it. There it goes. There it goes. That's the choreography.
I
That's
know. I
right.
see it.
Yes. I'm so proud of that. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm looking forward to doing that live. And so that's my take on what I would tell our future generation artists today. And although I'm not the type of person who basically is like, oh, look at me every day and I know this is what we have to do, but I just don't do that. So my thing is just stay true to the art. And yes, I'm not famous now, but eventually, if God wants it to go there, it'll go there. But I'm not the type of person who's going to be working hard, because it's like you got to work hard to, be in front of the camera all the time so you can get views and likes. So it's just not me. It's not my personality. My thing is that I just create my art and I put it to show. If it inspires somebody and it starts doing well, then better. Of course, I'm not going to be stupid either, because I spend a lot of money. And so of course I'm going to try to push it, but I'm not going to push it as hard, because if people like it, they like it. You know what I mean? So
Definitely. Well, Jay, I gotta go because we have another artist. Well, we have another interview going on right after you. But I am so proud of you.
And if I may tell everybody that they can find me on Jaycool Charisma.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Oh, okay.
Hello, where can people find you, Jay?
At Facebook at Jaycool Charisma. I just bit my lip. Facebook at Jaycool Charisma, Instagram at Jaycool Charisma, YouTube at Jaycool TM, trademark, because it's trademarked, and TikTok at Jaycool Charisma.
Sweet. Well, I have your Facebook page right here too. So
thank you.
Yeah, definitely. We're already there. So, but thank you, Jay, so much. We're gonna have to do another interview when you win, and I need a hat.
Okay, I'll work on that. I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm going. Yeah. Yes, I have to make a new one.
I need a hat. Has to say Yaya.
Okay, that we can do.
Yeah, we can do. I love you, Jay.
I love you too, my Yaya.
No. And I will see you soon, hopefully, okay? And you keep doing your thing.
Ow. Damn, how do you do that? My neck just hurt.
No, you didn't. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to have Jay's information in the description box so that it'll be easy for you to find and follow. Please don't forget to follow on Facebook, as well as following on YouTube. You have to follow on YouTube, because if you don't, like I did, I subscribed already. Please subscribe and get that in, and go ahead and root for Jay, because I'm rooting for him. Definitely rooting for you.
I felt like the Price is Right model when I was doing it. I was like that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Y'all want to buy it?
I love you.
I love you too, my love. And let's keep in touch. Yeah,
we will, because now that I'm big sister's back.
Okay.
All right, guys, and until next time, don't forget to dare to be different. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for watching.